Hello, and welcome to this episode of Tubechat, a series where I interview strangers on the tube for no reason. Are you a goth?
I don't like to put labels on myself, but the world would call me that, yes.
Does that mean you're an emo?
That's kind of like saying if someone likes vampires, they have to like Twilight. It's a bit offensive, no.
Offensive to who? Vampires or Twilight? What's the difference between a goth and an emo?
So, I read a really good quote on Reddit once that said an emo would say, the world is dark and there's nothing I can do about it, whereas a goth would say, the world is dark and I find that beautiful. They're completely different musical subcultures.
So, goths are generally pacifists, but what does goth on goth violence look like?
Goth on goth violence. We'll just leave two goths in a room with one eyeliner pen and their fangs will be bared.
Why don't goths drive?
Well, I drive.
Then you're not a goth?
Mm,
Is it true that goths can't be out in the sunlight for too long?
I would say yes, but sometimes I find it difficult to judge if that's me being Irish as well because I burst into flames quite quickly.
So in a way, goths are a bit like ice creams. If you leave them out in the sun for too long, they melt. This is an ice cream. I don't know if goths understand what that means.
I mean, it's a very poetic way of putting it, I suppose.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that one. Yeah, right.
I'm
You
eating.
you're just gonna have an ice cream now.
I'm
That's
leaving no crumbs.
delightful. You are a true
So-
poet.
Give me back my mic.
Yeah, you go. Thanks.
So, do you mind if I munch into the mic?
If you're gonna do an ASMR thing, I will leave because it kind of grosses me out a bit. But
Well, the doors are
I
locked.
look this way and you can.
Yeah.
The next station is
How the hell did you not melt that in your pocket? That's impressive.
I only bought it 2 minutes
I
ago.
was gonna say you must be quite cold like ice. You'd
Yeah.
be a good god.
I'd be a good goth.
Yeah, because you're clearly very cold. You know, because you don't melt ice creams in your pocket, which is quite fascinating.
Cold, detached. I hang out in cemeteries.
There you go. You're basically a goth. Yeah.
Is it true? Oh, hi. Is it true that Marlon? Did I drip ice cream on you?
No,
Oh.
no, don't worry. I would be gone if you did.
Okay. Is it true that Marilyn Manson got his ribcage removed so he could suck his own dick?
Well, as someone who doesn't really support Marilyn Manson, I wouldn't know too much about the individual, but given what I've heard from peers, wouldn't surprise me. Would give them a lot of amusement at the moment, probably during their cancelled era.
Where did Goths go? Because it seemed like they were gone for ages. Like they grew up and like became normal. Can you-
Thanks very much. I think goths are still around. You just have to kind of look out for them. You know, whenever they go to the office, unfortunately, we have to wear our human disguises and whatnot during the day. But if you go out at night time, they're around. They're at the clubs, cemeteries,
w-
Disneyland.
How come I've never seen a goth push a pram before?
I guess goths. If we're like vampires, we don't really age. We're kind of just always like this, you know. I'm sure you can
I would ask if you wanted, but I have a serious amount of germs.
I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Thank you very much.
Well, good thing you don't have a 10-foot pole. So I think we're talking in hypotheticals here.
Well, I'm a pole dancer, so back in my flat, essentially, I have a pole.
Oh well, there's I guess there. I decided I'd. Oh wait, that's not my mic. I decided I'd put out an ice cream because this is where potential advertisers could be. So this is a chalk ice. So chalk ice is. I'm just giving you. This is your potential ad space. So maybe this is a goth beside me. Like I'm eating an ice cream beside a goth, which is a really novel thing. So maybe you could. We're on the tube as well. Maybe you could just keep that in consideration and next time pay me for like a 1 minute slot in my video.
I mean, I think you just said you don't even want to finish it and you're going to throw it in the bin, but...
We're gonna edit that out. What are the most annoying things people ask you as a goth?
Well, for me personally, I get asked a lot, is my hair a wig? I've had people try to snatch it off my head, but I kind of just take it as a compliment that my hair is so good it looks fake. I'm actually blonde underneath.
Are you? Oh, so that was sarcasm.
That was sarcasm, yes.
Where do goths do their food shop?
Their food shop? Ooh.
You never see them in Aldi.
I'm trying to think. Where would a goth like to shop?
By the way, just to let you know, don't turn around now, but the sunlight is behind us.
Oh,
So
thank you. I mean, anywhere you can get some type of like aesthetic black food, like a charcoal latte. They taste disgusting, but they match the vibe, so you gotta commit to it, you know?
Like, this is actually not even a thing for the video, but it's just something I've noticed within subcultures now, whether it's like goth, punk, emo, whatever it is. It's like TikTok is kind of taking all of the, like, any sort of social commentary or like the mainstream sort of social commentary out of it. A lot of these cultures were bound by like an ethic or like a philosophy, whereas now, you know, it makes sense that like goths would drink charcoal lattes even though they don't taste good. I feel like it's like a metaphor for like subcultures in the 21st century in general.
I love how deep you can get.
What's your favorite color?
Black.
Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3. The next station is
Black's not actually a color. It marks the absence of color.
Well, what color am I wearing right now then?
Absence.
I drank it once and went blind and vowed never again.
If you could only have one thing for the rest of your life, would you rather have the cure or the cure for depression? Do you ever do anything that's not goth?
I play the clarinet.
That is so goth.
I've tried to let people let me join their bands with it, and they won't let me, so I always thought it must have been a bit not goth.
Did you go from scene kid to emo teen to baby bat pipeline? Or did you speed run directly into adult goth?
Wow, well, you've done your research. I basically came out of the womb looking like this.
Do you own any animals?
Well, all my pets are actually dead, but I kind of think I contributed towards it. I have 3 tattoos. The first one was for my dead fish, and then the second one I got as a dedication to my dog Lily, and the day I got it, the dog died. So I'm like a walking human death note, kind of.
Say less.
What?
Did you do the grades in clarinet? Like, can you read music?
Oh yeah, PTSD, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you said like PG-13.
Purely PG-13 playing.
Clarinet is-
That's what I do, just
Yeah.
on the poles, swinging around, yeah.
I mean, like, a clarinet is just like a miniature pole with holes in it.
Essentially, yeah, it was like, you know, the stepping stones.
It's like a horizontal pole. It's like a pole if we lived in a sideways world. Like that, like, you know.
That's really beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah,
No,
so
I'm going into
yeah,
philosophy
so
right now.
in a way, then your skin is like a voodoo doll.
Yeah, and I've kind of wanted to test it with a human, so if you would let me try with your name, I think it would be kind of fun.
Well, I mean, I actually have a life, but I'm sure like some of my followers would let you kill them.
Yeah, I feel like they'd actually pay me to let me do it.
I think that's the only positive thing that's gonna come out of this whole ordeal.
This whole experience, yeah.
This-
it's
this
you
is-
will kill someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe let's not say that on a tube.
A hop knob gomny bop, yeah.
Hobblegubop.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were in Hufflepuff.
Actually, I'm speaking Simish, but yeah.
Why do goths love hanging out in graveyards?
Well, generally the dead are less insufferable than the living, I suppose. I just like that they're quiet and they don't chew loudly on the train, you know? Like, eat ice creams right beside me. I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
Good boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, it doesn't, like, it's equally as disgusting to eat an ice cream on the tube, even if someone is doing it as a bit. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's still gross.
It's just disrespectful
Yeah.
and vile. They'll just lie there. I'll just stand beside them.
Yeah. Where do goths go during the daytime?
Well, I like to sit in my cupboard.
Okay. Now it's time for Frankie's quick fire word association round. It's a new don't clap. It's a new topic that we've started this week. Here's your first picture.
Yeah.
Can you describe for the folks at home what's going on there?
Happiness, beauty, not a color, apparently.
It actually
Ending.
blends in, yeah.
Right, if I hold it up, I kind of just disappear, right?
Well, that will get us
Well,
cancelled.
that will, sorry.
So, this here is a magpie.
It is.
So what came first, the magpie or the goth? Who wore it better?
I feel like I do gain a lot of inspiration from this bird, but I also am someone who has a lot of paranoia, so I'm really feeling like I need to salute it right now to not get bad luck.
Are you not supposed to salute it if there's two of them?
No two's good luck. If you
Oh.
find one, you need to find its friend. It's a
Okay.
bit like a goth as well. Like, they don't like to be alone. We're good
Yeah.
in pairs.
Service 2.
Can you explain what you see in that picture?
Rail services.
So for some reason it said my brain is going directly to Logan Paul because there was that emo image people compared them to. It's also giving me MySpace, kind of. A
It's
lot of
sin,
hairspray.
sin.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
sin.
smelling the hairspray fumes from the image, you know?
Yeah, and it smells like paint thinner, which is something that we probably both drink.
Well, one of us does, apparently.
Okay, and last but not least, can you explain what you see here?
I don't know if it's right for me to touch that one. It might burst into flames.
Oh, yeah.
If you could just hold it, I can look
Okay,
at it.
I can hold it.
Yeah. I'm getting primary school PTSD flashbacks.
But you know, as I just think as someone who like worships Satan like you do, I think it's just important to like ask what your opinion is on Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't worship Satan because in order to worship Satan, I would have to have a belief in Christianity and Jesus, which I don't. I don't have a faith of that sense. If anything, I'm more Wiccan. I study Wicca.
Wigan, like the
Wigan.
football team.
Sure, yeah.
Were you watching the match on the weekend?
I wasn't, but I was hearing all of the people outside my window screaming, so I
The-
kind of knew what was going on.
You're a goth.
Yeah.
Do you like Red Hot Chili Peppers? By the way, I try to say I'll be there.
Is this like a football thing? Are you like trying to teach me sports?
This is an Elizabeth line service.
Waiting for where do goths hang out?
Well, it's like graveyards, shopping malls, toy stores. It's either going to be one extreme of super spooky or like a complete different, as I've said, like Disney. Like there's no in between.
Maybe you need to bring the spookiness into the Disney places.
Well, there's like the Haunted Mansion ride, which is literally my personality.
Haunted Mansion. Have we anything else that you'd like to say to the people about goths or goth culture? Just any concluding statements?
Goths don't worship Satan. Goths are very kind individuals, so don't throw things at them in the street because they're very nice. They
What do they throw at people?
just whatever. People can just like throw cups or like throw mean words, you know. It's just a form of self-expression.
Maybe I need to start a new clothing brand where I make clothes for goths.
Like battle armor.
Yeah, I mean, the best defense is a good defense.
You would be such a goth ally then. I would love that. Yeah.
Galloy.
Like ally.
Like in the gallows.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't understand my Irish accent. I feel like because you're in goth makeup, for some reason your accent, even though it's like even hard for me to understand, like I feel like you're more palatable to like an English audience because they can kind of understand it because they go, oh, it's a goth, so she can't be Irish.
Do you think goths can't be Irish?
Yeah.
But that's kind of the fun thing about goths as well, is because we all kind of like have this look, right? You meet them and you don't know what sound is going to come out of that mouth. And I think people always expect it to be like, almost like classy British.
Have you ever met a Welsh goth?
No.
Yeah, that's because Wales isn't real.
Yeah, I was there and it was just like liminal space. Like it was crazy.
People get confused because when you get into Cardiff, it does look like there's people there. It looks like kind of a mini worse Dublin,
Yeah.
but like it's just the same 20 meters repeating for an endless loop.
Right, yeah.
Why does the Welsh accent sound like it's not anywhere near English? It's like, "Whoa."
Well, people would probably say that about Northern Irish too, so I feel like can't really judge.
Well, I can judge because I'm not from Northern Ireland.
yeah.
So don't worry about it. Thank you for listening, everyone. So just to let you know, here I am beside a goth. Goths aren't scary, but they do have phobias sometimes. What are you afraid of?
Custom house.
Oh, goths.
Well, there we have it. Another episode of Tubechat in the bag, or in the tube. Hold on. Well, there we have it. Another episode of Tubechat in the bag. Goths really are interesting. Join me in next week's episode of Tubechat, where I interview somebody else. Who's it going to be? I'm not sure yet. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, bye.